Premier Doug Ford had threatened a 25% surcharge on electricity to the U.S. Today, he did it, and it may be just a first step.
Let me be clear. I will not hesitate to increase this charge. If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
Ontario Electricity powers up to 1.5 million homes and businesses in the U.S. Ford expects it to bring in up to $400,000 a day, with the money going to people and businesses affected by tariffs.
I do not want to do this. I feel terrible for the American people because it's not the American people who started this trade war. It's one person who's responsible. That's President Trump.
Ontario sells electricity to 3 different U.S. states, Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. Then they sometimes sell it on to other states, meaning the impact could also be felt elsewhere.
We're dealing with a narcissistic egomaniac as president of the United States right now. The only way to fight back is through leverage. We've got to inflict pain in order for it to get his attention.
Some U.S. politicians from states affected have responded through social media. New York's governor saying they won't allow President Trump to play politics with their economy while New Yorkers foot the bill. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz saying his state can't afford it and we have to put an end to this madness. However, both are Democrats, not Trump allies. Here in Ontario, the opposition leader wants the province to go further.
My concern here is where can we hit back and hit back hard? Why aren't we looking at things like the contracts that this government signed with Staples, with Walmart, with the U.S. companies that are managing our Ontario Works and ODSP?
The Premier says he's directed the Secretary of Cabinet to look into contracts.
To use a fine-tooth comb on any contracts that we have.
He says it's the Premier of Alberta who could really inflict pain on the U.S. with an export tax on oil and gas.
That will instantly change the game. Instantly, when the Americans, and I know the Americans, all of a sudden their gas prices go up 90 to $1 a gallon, they will lose their minds.
However, Premier Danielle Smith shot that down, calling it an absurd and self-destructive idea. Meanwhile, Premier Ford says the electricity surcharge will remain as long as there's a threat of U.S. tariffs. Lorenda, Reddekopp, CBC News, Toronto.